be interested in knowing what their coverage was like, because I think that it came up that they were some of them were Medicaid. They had Medicaid coverage and all of that. So there's a certain billing with Medicaid and yeah, all of the things. So, um, Doctor Doctor Dean, what do you think? What's going through your mind when you think of see the video and also just processing all of this?
Uh, like everybody else, I was in shock, but then I wasn't. But I thought about something else, and Renee touched on this a little bit. Another way is to look at your bill. I've gone into the hospital before, and I look back at my bill, and I'm like, why are they charging me for this? Why are they like? Oh no, no, I did. This didn't happen. What do you mean it costs $400 for 4 Tylenols? Right? Like I'm just looking at all of those things
Hmm.
at the bill, and I think too. This is such a great conversation because we also have to have an understanding, especially now today, they don't want us to reproduce. That's the last thing. They want to take control over our uterus. They want to take control over our bodies, right? And we're watching all of this in real time. So this show is just so timely today, as a wake up call, for some things that we can do to advocate for ourselves. But my heart went out to the lady, especially when she said she lost her husband. I was like, okay, all right.
Hmm.
And if she finds somebody else, that's what she said. I can't even start over again. And
Yeah.
so I think that we do have to wake up that there's a predatory nature and there's an intention behind some of this. And again, as it was already said, it's a business. And they
Yeah.
don't see us as human. And we need to really like hone in on that and have that understanding. Yeah.
It's amazing because, like I said, we never, when Africans were released to, you know, the people that came to get us to bring us to America, I don't even think they were thinking like it can be as heinous as slavery was. Like we just don't, as people, we don't think like that. Like we don't. Black people don't think like that. We don't think to abuse. We don't think to misuse. So I think sometimes when you say like population control and we're hearing all of these like what feels like a conspiracy theory on the internet, people are like, yeah, because they don't want us to, and then we get into the they don't want us to, and it's like, well, who is they? And then I start to think about the structures that have already been in place, because it's hard to point out like that's they, right? But when you go into these different places and these systems that have been set up for years are still in play. That's the they. The system itself is the they. It's the thing that we can't believe still exists. That still exists. And so, it's as hard as it is for me to hear you say like it's population control against Black women. You know, to me that's absurd. That's absurd to even consider that there are people thinking like, but like So let's go to this next video and we'll talk about it. We'll be right back.
Black women face systematic dismissal in the healthcare setting, leading to adverse outcomes for them. And this is discussed in many journals of medicine, and it's something that I have to talk about. It is something that may get a little bit of pushback. I don't freaking care.